All right, mic check, mic check. One of the Masters podcast was made, of course. I got a dope guest on the side of me, man. I got my boy Quad. What's going on, man?
What's going on,
Chilling.
bro?
Yeah, he got his way up in the weird side of town, but it's all good.
Man, cut it out, man.
It's all good, man. How you been? First of all, let me ask you that.
Just been maintaining, man. Just got married. Just,
How was that? You
man.
just got married, man. You gotta say that. You gotta say it with a smile. You can't be saying that stressed out. It's
Nah, man.
only been about 2 weeks. What's going on, man?
Man, cut it out, man. Nah, man. It's been a good experience, though, man. I don't really, I don't think it ain't been like a big difference yet, though. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody, I guess that I already been so adjusted to, the lifestyle that comes with being married. I guess that's why it kind of transformation ain't really made no change, really. Just as far as stuff that I've been doing, as far as being home, spending time with the family, you know, finances and all that kind of stuff, businesses and stuff together. They say marriage be business and stuff like that. I guess, we already been doing business and stuff together already prior to
Right.
marriage. So I don't really, just, I guess it kind of just stamp and make everything more official, with a house, where everybody got the same last name now, so.
True that. But that's dope. I know another thing you embarked on is on the podcasting game. So how's that been for you? I know you had your pros and cons by it thus far. So like what you
It's a good experience, man. Like a lot of people been requesting for me and my brother to start one for a while, man. It's just the way our schedules be, we don't really be able to sit down. So I say, I'm just gonna stop making up excuses for everything. I'm just gonna go ahead and just start doing it. It is a lot of different things that I want to start doing with it as well, though. One of my little homeboys, they was doing a video this weekend. I told them I wanted to come up and do like some behind the scenes type stuff. Like, so that's one of the things I want to do as far as providing a platform for the artists in the city to kind of just be showcased and have more promotion going towards the local scene. And then another thing that I'm noticing, man, like, I don't know if people be too caught in their celebrity, man, but it's like some folks don't know how to really talk on camera, man. Like,
I know. So not to cut you off, but I know one of the things that when I talk to people and I talk to Slim and he mentioned y'all talk about certain things. I know it may seem like sometimes like we deviate from trying to do artists or trying to do artistry or just rappers and stuff like that in the city, right? And it's never that. It's just the more you do something, the more you start learning. You start to pick up on certain things. So I had to pick guests. I started to handpick them based off who I thought could speak.
yeah.
Cause I started realizing that the attention they get on social media, and when they get in front of this camera, gonna be two different things.
Yeah,
They might can type well. Sometimes they can't even do that right? But they might can type well. They might can gain attention off a funny status or something like that.
Yeah.
But you put in front of this camera with these lights and you mic them up, and they can't even talk. They can't even form a thought on the spot. Everything is kind of pre-planned and has to be. Oh, what we talking about? They have to have a list of things talking about so they can gather their thoughts and stuff. So they can kind of
gather questions.
And that's fine.
Don't be a real
but I'm not. I'm on to go. Like even today, we on go. I said today, let's get it out of the way.
You got to be able to flow, man.
Right.
And I think that kind of separate the internet from reality. Like, and that's one of the things that kind of I hated the most about. Like, don't get me wrong, I love the benefits that come with the internet, but I kind of hate that it kind of took away from a lot of different things. Like, for example, one of the things that I love the most personally about doing music was just selling CDs, and because I was motivated by an era that was selling CDs, you know what I'm saying? So I was following a blueprint of when artists were more out into the open and they was giving you CDs and you was actually meeting the artists. Like, certain artists would blow up and like, dang, I remember I met him like a year ago. He was passing CDs out at Lenox Mall or XYZ, you know what I'm saying? So when as time started rolling and my time came around, like, I was enjoying actually interacting with my supporters and them actually seeing me in real time versus sitting behind a computer screen, you just hearing the music. Like, I just feel like it's hard to gain fans, like, when you're not getting organic, meet up with the person.
Right.
Like, so me personally, like, that's one of the things that I enjoyed most about putting out the music. But like, it's like you can't even sell CDs no more because cars don't even got CD players. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah. Yeah.
the era has totally changed. And it's so crazy because when I was doing music, and I'd say probably like 2014, my brother was like, man, I think I heard it from two people. It was my brother and I think Spielberg. They was like, man, I was in Atlanta, man. Some dude swiped my phone, man. He said he put the phone on some type of little card and he said it just pulled up all his music. And it was like a QR code, but at the time, 2014, 15, it's like, I don't know. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? It's
yeah.
new. So,
Before it's time.
yeah, I was like, man, I wasn't even wrapping my mind around the thought of where the technology was going at the time because, it was still CDs at that time. And it was like, dang, Atlanta was just so far ahead of Augusta at the time. And I was like, dang, like, I'm looking back at it now. And, like, even when you go to a restaurant now, like, they barely have menus. You're scanning the QR code for, your phone to get the menu. So I'm just looking at how stuff done
Well, I think
changed.
that, but I don't know if it's changed, but I think it comes with like you got to adapt because like
Yeah.
they couldn't have menus because COVID. Like you couldn't
Yeah,
have
you're
them.
right.
Like who wants to touch a menu that somebody hasn't touched? Probably been coughing all day.
You're right.
A lot of the things we got in place now that replace a lot of the touching and physicality of things.
Yeah.
I do feel like there's pros and cons to it, like you said. But I mean, think about it. Like, let's just say social distancing. Like, why we ain't been doing that? Like, I'm pretty sure in the 90s, 80s, 70s, you don't want nobody all up on you. Either way, whether they had COVID or not. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
there's certain things it's like, we could have been doing that though.
Yeah.
I don't think we had to have a situation for that to happen. For us to start following these certain rules. I love the 6 feet. I don't want nobody next to
Yeah.
me.
Yeah,
But
for
they ain't
sure.
gotta be.
Like I hate when I'm in a grocery store line or I'm paying for gas or something. Somebody, you know what I'm saying? You could feel the breath off somebody's nose hitting your back of your
Oh no, you
head.
just
Like,
gotta do
man,
that.
like, come
You
on,
just do
bro.
that.
Like,
Yeah.
back up. You too
You
close.
don't say sorry. You just
Yeah.
gotta.
Like, come on, man. Give me a little space. You just look back at them like, bro, what you doing, bro? Like, I see you just look back at them, but
Yeah, man. But well, I was trying to start up, and I felt like you was a very good guest to do this. One, we talked about it briefly on your podcast when I came on,
yeah.
but I wanted to talk more so like fatherhood. Even if you notice, like I ain't even dressed. I'm trying to dress like a dad right now. I got my shorts, my slippers on, my legs
Yeah,
out. You
man.
know what I'm
Hey,
saying?
like it
You know?
really messed me up a little bit when
Yeah.
you came in, man. I said, damn.
I said, hey, look, I'm gonna stay in daddy mode all day, all
Yeah,
week, really, because
yeah.
I'm on vacation. I got my kids.
That's what I was saying.
So I almost brought them, but I said, nah, they might make too much noise sometimes.
Yeah,
They be getting excited. So,
yeah. They be turned up.
nah, the young one, she wanted to come. I
Yeah,
knew I could tell already how she was. I'm like,
yeah.
nah,
She be
she's
turned
too
up.
excited. But yeah, I want to talk just fatherhood. I want to talk a lot of things. Just the good side of it, the negative side. We may not talk about it. The negative connotations that come along with it. Especially being black and being men.
Mm.
Just have a dope conversation. There's no right or wrong way I wanted to
Wrong.
go. Just wanted to kind of us talk
Hello.
about it because I feel like with us being active, very great active
Yeah.
fathers as well. Our opinions, our thoughts matter a lot, and I think a lot of people want to hear us talk about that. I do know when I talk with my kids on the times I do post them a lot. That garners a lot of attention, mainly because of the percentage of absentee fathers, I guess, or people that don't do it. I'll just say that. So yeah, like I guess to start off, like well, how's fatherhood to you?
To me.
And in answering this question, the first one, not more so like you being a father, but to my knowledge, because I've known you and your brother
Yeah.
for a little minute, and I interviewed you plenty times. Not to say I did, because I don't want to say it wrong, because I think no matter how you say it, you're gonna have to correct me at some point.
Yeah.
Your father was in jail majority of your life, correct?
Yeah.
Like coming up, right?
Yeah.
So, how do you look at fatherhood with having that experience? One, 1A, and two, how do you adjust as far as like you being a father and looking up to things your father figures did?
When I look at it, man, as far as like being a parent, I try to do everything that I like would have wanted for my parents to do, like coming up. And it's like doing that, it's like I'm kind of seeing like real time, like some of the things that I wish I could have had coming up, you know what I'm saying? But like it's a prideful and grateful moment too, because it's not easy, you know what I'm saying? So no matter what you're going through in life, they're still smiling. So it also takes me back to a place to where I can remember stuff might have been hard, but it wasn't really like you didn't really feel it as a child, you know. So it's like sometimes I randomly call my mama and I say I thank you, you know, I appreciate everything that you did, because you had three kids, you know what I'm saying? You was raising them by yourself, you know, no government assistance, no nothing. And it's like anything that I ever wanted that was reasonable, that was within reason, like we got, you know what I'm saying? Whether it might have been shoes, motor scooters, basketball goals, bikes, whatever, like she always made a way to make sure we received it. And I look back at it now and wanting to provide those things for my you know, for my child, while going through, you know, keeping a roof over his head, providing food on the daily. Food is high, gas is high, you know. You still have other bills such as insurance, the daily things, you know. Then you have the plus things, the shoes, the clothes, the best clothes, you know. Whether it be taking a trip, you know, all of these different things that are extracurricular outside of the bare minimum, like you started doing, and you just look back and you like, you know, here I am married, you know, I have a whole nother partner that's helping me attain these things. So I'm just looking, you know, I'm looking at the struggles and obstacles that you got to go through with the partner to provide those things for a child. So I look back at all those things that my mom was doing for me as a child and for my brothers by herself. You know, like I have to be thankful for her for those things, because I'm seeing the struggle side now. Because you know, your parents are always giving you the luxuries of life to kind of, so you don't really feel the, like they kind of sacrifice so you don't feel it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like now I'm seeing the sacrifice as a parent, because as a child you kind of just reaping the benefits of being a child. But
Yeah.
now I'm on the parent side of it, and I can kind of see the sacrifices and things that was made along the way. And we're only going into 3 years in now.
I think like when you say that, I think of SNS, or I like call it like sacrifice and shelter. Like
Yeah,
you sacrifice and you shelter your kids from a lot of sacrifices you make, because like you
yeah,
might not go ahead and brag about it. You know, you might
yeah,
not say, "Oh, I had to do this so you can get that."
yeah,
Obviously, as they get older, you will, because you want them to you want them to also become adults, to understand the
yeah,
importance of sacrificing,
yeah,
and how hard your job is, so they can make it easier, right?
yeah,
But at this stage of, you know, where your kids is at and just where you at in fatherhood, of course, um, yeah, I think that that's important. I think a lot of times too, when it comes to parenting, at least for me, I can't speak for you. I think when I look at what my mother was able to do with what she had,
yeah,
obviously, I feel like I had a great parent,
yeah,
but the parent in me wants to be a better parent than what I had.
yeah,
And I feel
definitely.
like if I can accomplish that, then I was successful at parenting. You know, I feel like I
Yeah,
had a great parent,
yeah,
great parents, but you know, I had a great parent, with my mom,
yeah,
and I feel like if I can surpass that, then and my kids can do the same, then we in good hands going forward. You know,
yeah,
and that's
yeah,
always the goal, like just to provide a better life, or to do parenting better than what I
yeah,
saw.
yeah, and that's
My mom was young. She was 20 when
yeah,
she had me. So I
mm,
was 20 when I had, you
yeah,
know, my daughter. So
and that's and that's crazy. Um, like life is like a cycle, and it's like you building on things. So you know, at the same time, it's like you grateful for the things that your parents did, but you still kind of take away the things that they didn't do. Not necessarily like they did it poorly. It's just, it's a different time frame. So the knowledge of just different things that they could have done wasn't really abundant in abundance for them to take advantage of. But now you got the internet and stuff now, so you learn about different things like being able to have whole term life insurance policies for the kids that can be paid up by the time they're 10 years old. You know what I'm saying? So like that information wasn't readily available for them back in when you was a child, or in early 1990s and stuff like that. So it's like those kind of things are, the information that you want to take to kind of be a better parent as well, just to.
I would say like it's like cultural change, or like the information that we have has always been there, but I think it's easily accessible now to us
more
than it was to them.
Yeah.
When you think of you talked about it earlier, you talk like the physicality of things, right? Before getting information, we're going to the library.
Yeah.
Now it's pulling your phone out.
Yeah.
Like just that simple.
Yeah, it's just at your
imagine going to the library with 5 kids or 4, multiple kids. You and George, fighting each other back and forth. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not having it. But I can put my phone out.
And I do commend her. I commend her for that as well, though, because even though she didn't find time to go to the library, she would get books and stuff like that, and she would teach us like the importance of reading. Like we had several library cards, you know what I'm saying, just over the years, like, and she would just take us to the library here and there, whenever she got an opportunity to, whether it be the weekend, like just get a book, just read, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, just pick up a book and read, and sometimes I talk to Brandy about it. I'd be like, man, when Legend get older, we're going to give him a book at the beginning of the summer, and before we go back to school, he going to do a book report. And based on how he doing that book report, going to be his back to school clothes,
That's dope.
She be thinking I'd be joking, but I'd be like, I'm serious, like, because you gotta, like I don't be want to reward bad behavior. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you're gonna get what you want to. Like, yeah, you're gonna get what the basics, the things that you need, but the wants and unnecessary things like that are a privilege to you, and not necessarily like a right. Like, you have to work for those kind of things. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to just make you super spoiled or where you just feel like the world is just to be served.
What age you plan on starting this? Because he ain't that old yet. Like,
when it start?
Yeah, like why you running his summer already? Like, what age you plan on starting this book report?
You said a box right there?
Yeah,
it's full of books.
Oh, it's not what it says.
Nah, I took the thing out. It's full of books, man. Like, the thing full of books. Like, and he'll get it, and he'll come in and he'll be like, "Daddy, I want to read a book," and he'll just pick a book that he want to read, and we'll just go over and read it. Like, he's a smart child, or like he likes to learn, he loves to learn. Like he's extra smart. Like, but he hates to feel like he's being tested. I don't know why. Like, knows his colors, numbers, letters, everything. Like, but if you make him feel like he's testing you, like if you make him feel like he's being tested, man, I don't know. Not to me, but like if I'm out in public,
yeah.
And I don't know, Brandon say sometimes
to be on the
he
spot,
kind of shy,
yeah.
So, but like we out in public, like he don't really like. He won't really showcase his knowledge. So I be trying to let him know now, like, it's not cool to be like dumb. Like, I know, like, the world kind of embraced, like, even when you in school, like, everybody thought it was, not everybody, but it was always the kids just thought it was cool to be dumb.
Yeah.
Be the class clown, mess up on your work.
That ain't gonna change, though.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why I want to put it in him now and help him understand, like, it's cool to be smart, son. Like, even no matter what other activities you pick up in life, like, be smart, be like, wear it with pride. Don't be ashamed to be smart. You know what I'm saying? Like, even when they make jokes and stuff about you, like, it's okay to be smart. Like, they always made jokes about me and my brother. Like, they'll just be, not like bullying, but like, black folks, we're gonna jab.
I interviewed George. He told me the same. That clip was really. I like that clip. He said the same thing.
Yeah, like,
he said that at one point he thought that him not saying nothing was gonna work. Yeah. So like he would not answer certain questions.
Yeah.
And the teacher kind of picked up on like, "Hey, why you not answering the question? I know you don't answer these questions,
Yeah. Like I think when he was in the 3rd grade, they wanted to skip him up a grade, but they didn't skip him up because he was already younger than everybody in his current grade, and it was just would have made him like the age difference too much. So it just ended up just keeping him in the same grade. But yeah, I just be trying to. I try to instill values and principles into them, you know, and I try to just guide them and teach them and help them learn things. No matter what, I try to make everything like a learning experience, and I don't try to like say whatever we doing. I let him. I kind of let, if I tell him something, I might try to tell him, but if he doesn't like necessarily understand it, sometimes I let him do it. Like if it's not something that'll be too painful or something, I kind of let him do it so to understand like that's not how you do it or why you do it that way.
Well, yeah,
You know?
you're trial and fail, trial and error. You gotta do it.
You know, but you know, like sometimes mamas will try to just keep you from doing it without even a lesson. They just want to stop you from doing it completely. Like
why are you single mama though?
nah, I ain't singling mamas out, but you know, like they like, you know, men love from a like the love is just kind
I'm
of
glad
different.
you said that because it's something I do want to talk about, and I had this conversation. And I'm trying to I have to word this question where it don't seem biased, where I'm kind of pushing you to answer a certain way. So like, you have a son,
Yeah.
all right. In your opinion, right? If you have or if you had a daughter, do you think you would approach parenting the same exact way?
Not
And
at
why
all.
not?
Not at all. Before I had kids, I would always tell Brandy like, I'm not gonna raise my son or my daughter the same way. Like it's just impossible.
Why you feel that way?
Because the way a man reacts to a situation is going to be different from the way a woman reacts to a situation. So I can't, the way society
Side,
is,
okay,
the
there
way
we go.
society looks at a man for handling a situation is going to be different from the way a woman.
Now,
So
real quick, I know in our mindset, we think we came up urban, so we thinking how we came up, of course, going
yeah,
outside. You thinking them early years, of
yeah,
course, right? But I also last night I was trying to pinpoint my mind, like to break down in other ways. 'Cause I think if we break it down that way, people are only going to assume you're talking about those two things, but
yeah,
those other things, it's branches of those
yeah,
things as
yeah,
well.
yeah. It's
So
just
it's
so
not just
many
fighting.
different
It's not
things.
just how
Yeah,
society going to view you.
yeah,
It's just about what they think you should be doing.
yeah,
For instance, like, and I use this example. I know it sounds silly, but
yeah,
like my daughter, I don't expect to ever tell them to take the trash out. Not saying they
yeah,
can't,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
But if I had a son, I'm pretty sure I would
yeah.
be
Take the trash
be
out.
molding him to take the trash out,
Yeah,
which means that I need him to be strong enough to lift the trash out. You know what I'm saying, and
yeah,
do everything right on his own. But there's a toughness I want, an edge you want
yeah.
on your son, whereas it's a softness I want on my daughter.
Yeah,
Not saying
yeah,
that she has to be soft,
and it's
but I want
just
that softness on her.
the way that it's going to be. Like it's not even something you're going to do
It's
purposely.
subconsciously.
It's just going to be
Yeah.
that way, and it's like when you know yourself, you know the way that you're going to. You know the way that you're going to handle situations before they even come because you spent time with yourself already, so you know how you feel about situations already.
I have a knack for like when I'm talking to somebody, I'm talking, and I'm like, oh, yeah, because I got a daughter, so and I'm kind of brushing it off because I
Yeah,
don't have a son, right?
yeah,
And so my view on certain things are different. My
yeah,
daughters don't cry a lot.
yeah,
You know, if I had sons and they would like my daughters, like don't cry, I would be perfectly fine.
yeah,
I have nephews that cry, and I tell them like, yo, you gotta stop crying
yeah.
so
You gotta
much.
stop all
Don't
that. Yeah,
cry. I mean, you can cry. I'm
yeah.
not gonna tell you don't cry. I'm never gonna tell you that. 'Cause it's an emotion. I want you to not have no emotions,
But
but I don't
sometimes,
want you crying for no reason.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Have a reason for your crime. Um,
Because it creates a bigger problem when you come out when you go outside.
yeah, but I ain't gonna lie though. Like, you ever whooped your daughter before?
No.
I don't think I would either. Like, I can't see myself
Once
whooping her.
again, like I said, it's a softness
Yeah,
that
that's what I'm saying.
I'm
Like,
put, but
yeah,
also because, and this is another thing. When I spoke about this, and I know I be speaking about things, and a lot of times my personal conversations become public because I want other people's opinions on it,
yeah,
right? Not to gang up, but just more so to get a clear understanding.
clear
Because
understanding. Yeah,
when you and one person going back and forth,
yeah,
y'all both think y'all right, so
yeah,
it's really hard
yeah,
to be like, okay, I see what he's saying. Oh, okay, I see what
yeah.
she's saying. It's hard,
And
right?
that's the
So
thing too. Like, perspective.
that's
Like
all.
you have to respect perspective. Like sometimes people get so strong in their perspective, they feel like it's the only perspective. Like I can't look at anybody
Exactly.
else take any
And
other
sometimes you
way.
think looking at it, you think that you're succumbing and like you saying that person is right, and it's not that you both
Yeah,
could be right.
yeah,
It's just and I feel like parenting like that. There's no right way, wrong way to do it.
yeah,
Whatever works for you works for you.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? I feel like me being a distance at my pops was better for me than him being around.
Yeah.
I just feel that way.
Yeah.
So I'm not mad about it. You know, it's a certain.
Yeah.
It's like it's a perception. Some people will blame their pops for a lot of stuff not
Yeah.
being there because they feel like if had you been around, I wouldn't be this way.
Yeah.
You
I
know, I
wouldn't
feel
be
the
this way,
opposite.
that way.
So,
Yeah.
but I said to say like I don't have sons, and like I might be talking to somebody who don't have a daughter. You know, so of course they think, well, if I had daughters, I would still be the same. And like, but that's your agenda. I think naturally, women want to raise women the way they weren't raised,
Yeah.
feeling like, oh, I can defy the odds. You know,
Yeah.
like
And
because they
that's
were raised a certain way because they were girls.
yeah.
You couldn't do certain things. They might
Mm.
feel like, well, I know if I raise a girl, I can have her do this and
Yeah.
she'll be. But that's
Yeah, it
not how it
should be
works.
fine.
You
Yeah.
know, in my
And
opinion.
yeah, no, I mean I perfectly feel like this. I feel like a man is going to bond with the daughter and the mother is going to bond with the son.
Yeah,
Like,
before you got mama's boy and you got daddy's girl.
yeah, like, and I'm not saying like a son and a father don't have bonds, because me and my dad have a great bond. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not
Definitely.
saying it's impossible to bond. Like, some women have great bonds with their mothers. You know what I'm saying? But it's more likely to see a woman get into it with their mother, and it's more likely to see a dad get into it with their father. I mean, a son get into it with their
You know
father.
why I think it is though? I'm gonna just call it something that's not a term. I'm gonna just call it gender
Yeah,
class.
yeah,
And I
and that's
think
what
what
it
it is
is.
like with you and your son,
Yeah,
right? Like you're gonna raise him a certain way. You gonna like the book report and stuff you wanna do
yeah,
because you done been there.
yeah,
You've been him already.
yeah,
You've been 3. You've been
yeah,
4. You've been 5. You know what it's like for a black male or not even just black, but a boy coming up in that type of environment.
yeah.
So you know what to teach, what to coach, what to train
Mm-hmm.
on,
Yeah,
and vice versa for women, the same
yeah,
thing, right?
mm-hmm.
So a lot of times women or mothers will have these strict rules because I was you.
Yeah,
I know you're gonna try to sneak out. I know that you
yeah,
like that boy. I know,
yeah,
I know the game. Mom tell you all the time, like, I know the game. I've been there. I've done that already.
yeah,
So a lot of times, mothers and daughters will clash based on that alone.
yeah.
Fathers and sons will clash based off that alone.
Uh-huh.
You know, and I think that it's just a gender. It's a gender class.
Yeah. But I really enjoy being a father though, man. Like,
I love it.
whether it be, man, like, we just been locked in, man. We just been locked in. Like, and sometimes his family might want to see him and get him and stuff. Like, I don't necessarily be trying to keep them away from him or anything, but I just enjoy spending time with my son. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I struggled with that when I had Brooke, right? Because I was younger, right? But what I struggled with was I had it all the times where like I think her grandparents on both sides kind of had to like pull her from us sometimes. Like,
yeah,
hey, you mind if you watch her? Like, you only got one
yeah,
she's the only one for a long time. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
like, hey, can you watch her?
yeah,
And but I also think that gave me a lot of character as a dad. And
yeah,
just, even with social media wise, with the people that know me wise, cause like they be like, well, damn, you always have your kids. Even now,
yeah,
like I don't necessarily live with my kids, but you would think that because I have them every single day.
yeah.
Like I see them every day.
But like, it just be what it is. Like, you don't even be looking at it like, I gotta spend the whole day with my child, XYZ. Like, you just being a dad. Like,
It's just important. Like
yeah, yeah,
it's important because it's like one thing about fatherhood that I like is that I know that me doing my good job and I got 2 beautiful daughters. It's like no matter what day I got, you know, I know that it ain't over now. I know that no matter how bad the day is, when I see them, I'm good. You know what I'm
good,
saying?
yeah.
Because I know I'm taking care of them.
It make
Whatever's going on, take care of them. They hug me, they embrace me. It's like almost like it's us against the world.
yeah.
You know.
And
So
that's how it's supposed to be.
and any bad day I have, like well, any good day I have, regardless, like if I get to see them, I'm good to go. If I see them before my day start, my day end, it's like the day is complete. No matter what happens, like, if I know I'm going to see my daughter, like, I'm good to go. Like, I don't care.
Yeah.
It could be the
And
worst task in the world I got to do.
man, I just like, not trying to put any negative energy or anything, but like, I feel for parents who lost their child, because Legend can be gone. Like, the moment he leave, he might go to his grandmama house, auntie house, whatever. The moment I get back in the house, and I've been in the house 5 minutes, and I don't hear his feet run around or just hear daddy, daddy, it just throw me off. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I be trying to imagine a parent that have all these memories with a child and can never have those moments and stuff again.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I just be like, damn. Like,
Well, I see it in art a lot. I think, well, you're an artist, so I'll use that, right? And art, a lot of times art is that conduit that brings us to some kind of reality
yeah,
that we can't really experience yet. We haven't experienced yet, right?
yeah,
So whether it's a movie you see where somebody lost their
yeah,
kids, whether it's the news, whether
yeah.
it's a song, whether
And
it's
that's the thing.
that's the conduit
Yeah,
that makes you cherish what you
yeah,
have. Like
yeah. And I actually, it's crazy, like, not to cut you off or anything, but like, I could be watching a movie and now I'm feeling those emotions. Like, when stuff like that happens, like Bel Air, the last episode of Bel Air, I don't know why. It might not be in the last episode. The one with his
Red
dad.
Pops, yeah, maybe that ninth and 10th one, whatever.
Yeah, my eyes just started running. I don't even know, like, it shit just was crazy. And I was like, damn, what the fuck? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it ain't never really happened to me. And then I was watching and I was like, damn, you know. So you don't know, sometimes it be some type of your own trauma or just something you be feeling with a child or just the way you love your child. How could somebody not be there for their child? Like, you're just so many different scenarios that could be play out that you would ask yourself.
That go back to, and to me, I know this is a weird like a link, but that go back to what we talking about as far as like having them different genders and approaching them differently in your parenting style. Because a lot of times I think in men, at least I can speak for me and just you telling us that a lot of times we'll block a lot of stuff out subconsciously. We not meaning to do it. It's just that's it's to have some kind of toughness and sometimes to address certain situations in that moment.
Yeah.
It's going to allow us to not be tough, so we don't do it subconsciously.
Yeah,
So
hey, that's
later
crazy.
on, you watch something else,
You're
and
right.
like, damn, like
it brings
I ain't know that
out.
messed with me a lot.
Yeah.
I hate to bring this up, right? But I wasn't sure how I wanted to bring it up, and it's weird how stuff work. This right here, everything we do on the podcast and stuff, right? When I started doing videos and I started to have any kind of social like media presence, it was one thing in particular that happened, and I think you'll see the link I'm making with this. So at this time, people was dying, they was getting killed, and they always had kids in the way for some reason. I'm like, damn.
Yeah.
So I was like, I gotta start making videos because what I didn't want was for my daughter, to have to, let's say something happened to me. I wasn't into nothing for them to happen to me, but
just
anything can
live
happen.
through the stores.
I don't want her to live through the store. I don't want her to see pictures and just have to. I want her to see a voice, see my mannerisms, see me. It's something that I do that she wouldn't be able to see, right? But the one person, the one person that made me really do it, and I don't know him, but y'all always talk about that. I think his name is Quan.
Oh yeah.
He had a kid on the way, right? Am I mistaken?
Yeah.
I remember reading the paper. I didn't even know you yet. This is somebody really near and dear to you, right? Because you talk about a lot of times you got songs about it and all that, right? And I thought about today. I come here, I was like, yo, I ain't never told Paul that one person was like the real reason why I said, yo, I want to do this because I can't have something happen to me and all that's left is pictures.
And what was so crazy was the picture that was the obituary picture. It was a picture that me and him took together. But he cropped me out or whatever, but he didn't like taking pictures.
I was the same way. Yeah.
He didn't he didn't like to
that
take
was the culture
pictures.
Back then, though.
The video, like he didn't really care to take pictures. But what happened was he had got a lump sum of money back. I think it was like a child support situation or something had happened. I can't remember exactly the details. Me, I don't really be too deep into people. I take whatever they tell me. But yeah, he got a big lump sum of money back. We was round the house fresh. I had them probably hit on the dice or something. I can't remember. All of us had money, so we just was feeling good. It might have been a Joe's and Laney game that day or something. I had jump fresh. He had jump fresh. I was like, man, come on, we're gonna take some pictures. And it was just so crazy. That was the picture that they ended up using. But while we was on that topic, like not to get too far what we was talking about, that was something that bothered me for a long time. I had so many friends that was dying back to back close to me that had kids that was 2 months old. Like when Quan died, his child was 2 months old. She was born in May. He passed in July. Bree,
Yeah.
Bree little girl, she was just born. He passed away. My brother, his little, and then they all had girls. But my niece was 2 years old at the time my brother passed away, and it just was like, and that kind of stuff just kind of play in your mind too, like you want to be here, you know what I'm saying? You want to be here for the kids, and you don't want them to have to live through the stories of what somebody has told you and stuff like this. You know what I'm saying?
And I think that's another thing. Like, no, I don't know if you go through it or if it's something that's talked about a lot. But a lot of times when people have kids, people change. And I think that it depending on the side of the fence you're on, the side of the coin you're on with that, you look at it as a negative thing. Like people might say, "Oh, this person changed. He had a kid," or this person changed. They doing this, but you got to start changing your surroundings because you want to be here for your kid. There's certain
Yeah, but
things you can gamble with certain things when you ain't got
yeah,
nobody to live for.
yeah, but that's a narcissist person, like a person that's just self-centered. Like that's like you live a busy life. You know what I'm saying? If I ever call your phone and you can't answer or whatever, I don't give you no shit about it. You know what I'm saying? I shoot a text, you hit me up when you're ready. You know what I'm saying?
Right, right.
Your life not centered around me. You got so many other people that are more important than me in your life. Or, you know what I'm saying? You more important than me. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Like, sometimes people just got to get time to themselves. They got to dedicate so much time to so much things around them. You got to be okay with it. Like, just like, the other day I tweeted about the ego, the day you tweeted about pride, and it's like the internet is just killing people's character. Like you just think people think too much of themselves to where they don't understand like
Yeah.
you're not all of that to somebody else. You know what
But
I'm saying?
and when it comes to parenting this fatherhood thing, I think that I don't get me wrong. As a man, I have my pride issues here and there, but a lot of I've dropped a lot of them. Like I'll let my daughters, put makeup on me and whatever. Like
Yeah,
I don't care. Like it don't
yeah.
bother me. I don't feel
Now,
like.
but now, not like like it's just different ways that you could be proud of. You know what I'm saying?
No,
Cause as a man,
I'm
yeah,
saying that in the sense of like there are people on social media that won't allow certain things to happen
yeah,
because social media tell you
yeah.
you can't do that.
You
Like social
can't
media
do
tell
this
like
and that.
why you got makeup on? Or
Yeah,
social media tell you like, oh, you going too hard for her and she ain't going as hard for you. Or,
yeah,
like
like
they'll put these laws on you as
yeah,
if it has to be that way. And I feel like I tweeted that today because it made me think of something somebody said, and it was like, well, you don't do this, so I don't want to do that because I feel crazy. I'm like, well,
yeah. But at the
what the hell
same
I do?
time.
What am I doing that got
Yeah,
to do what you doing?
but to me, it just made me feel like stuff be fake because you love your child so much, you'll do whatever for them, even if they can't give you
Mm-hmm.
anything back. You know what I'm saying? So it's like if you're doing something for somebody, like why do you need something back for return? Like when you get something to a homeless person, are you doing it to get a blessing from God, or are you doing it because it was the goodness in your heart? You know what I'm
Or
saying?
you doing it for social
Yeah,
media?
like, or are
You
you
want a
doing
lot of
it to
likes and
record it
shares.
and post that you gave to somebody? You know what I'm saying?
But also, and I feel like, and this is off topic, but I feel like whatever side of the coin you want on there, there's always gonna be a win in that situation. And I hate to say that, like if you are doing it for social media, whatever, somebody won out of that, and that's a homeless guy. He still gets his meal or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah,
I just hate. I'm with you. I hate the setup stuff.
yeah,
Let it
but
be genuine.
yeah,
I don't like nothing that ain't genuine.
yeah,
I'm
like
big on that.
yeah, like, cause if I do something for somebody, if they didn't tell you about it, it's not going to be told.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because
Right.
why I got to do something for somebody for just to go tell somebody else. Like that's even in the Bible. You know what I'm saying? Like if you got to go tell somebody, you've already received your reward in full. A lot of people like the world, like man, now like not to get to we're gonna get back into the fatherhood stuff, but like Christians and stuff, for example, like not to attack anybody, like I feel like I know the Bible more than them. Like I could just quote stuff that be in the Bible, and it's like they can't even tell you what's going on in the Bible or anything. But you go to church, but you don't really know. You don't know the word, or you're not even living by the word. But you want to get a title for I'm a Christian. I'm a like. What is that doing for you? What is that doing for your spirit? What is that doing for your actions? Like a lot of people, they talk about things such as that's legend. They talk about things such as just, you know, a lot of people just don't be good people. What's up, baby boy? That's Maine.
What's up?
You tell Maine what's up? Give him 5.
All right.
Don't be like that, bro.
Hey, he probably tired, man. A long day.
Daddy working right now, okay? All right. What mommy doing?
Mommy cooking.
Mommy cooking.
Yeah.
All right. Why you ain't tell man what's up? Don't be like that. I told you about being rude. Man, a good friend of your dad's. Okay? Don't do friends like that. Give man 5. Come on. Go ahead. So you can go back downstairs to mommy. Give man 5. You ain't gonna give man no 5?
He probably mad at you right now.
He mad because I done told him to go. It'll be all good. I told you I don't know why he be like that, man.
My youngest go the same way.
Yeah, man. He be throwing it though. But yeah, man. I was just talking about just how Christians you know, just sometimes, man, they just like people aren't good people no more. Like everything just be money based. How much money a person got? What is a person doing for me? And that control, you know what I'm saying? And I ain't saying you don't elevate and go up in life, but it's like that's why people don't have real friendships with people no more, because everything is based on so much more. You know what I'm saying? Like everything else, you know what I'm saying? Like
Based on your views, though, on certain things, like what you plan on or how you plan on passing that down to, your son, as far as like how he should view the world and maneuver through society.
I mean, just like I just told him just now, it's like Main's a good friend of your dad's. Like, you don't do people like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I try to just give him whatever kind of knowledge. Like, even when, like, people, like, ever since Legend was born, Brandy would always say, of course, you talk to him like he's 20 years old. You know what I'm saying? Even though he's only 2,
But
I still.
I talked to him the other day, and you said it before, too. I think I've seen you say it. I've seen another person say it. They say that a lot of times when you talk to a kid as if they're equal or an adult,
Yeah.
that you'll see that they, too, will also talk
Yeah, like an adult.
proper, an adult.
Yeah. Like, just like I asked him what mommy doing, he say, mommy cooking. You know what I'm saying? Like, people see people on the internet, like Kevin Gates' kids, for example, is like they very smart and intellectual, and they hold conversations. I think Blue Ivy has done videos and stuff too, but I'm just going to the internet because that's what people relate to more real time. But in those conversations, like people like, oh yeah, he talks so good and stuff, but this is where those kind of things come from. You know what I'm saying? It's like, to me personally, I feel like it's disrespectful to talk to a baby like a baby, like, because they're human. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got like all that. Like, I've never done that. Like, ever since Legend was a little baby, like, I always talk to him, and it's like now those things are showing in the reward. Like, he's bright, he's intelligent, you can see everything. I always let him do things for himself. Like, he was potty trained before he turned 2 years old. Like, sleeping through the bed, sleeping through the night by himself, you know, no pamper, no diaper, you know what I'm saying, before turning 2. So it's like all of those things just come from just, you know, and I'm not saying nobody has done bad parenting if their child, you know, is 2 or older, you know, wearing pampers or anything. I ain't saying, you know, if your child 4, 5 years old now, you need to tighten up. But like, but I'm just saying, like, I just always push them. Like, kids needs to be pushed. Like, everybody be saying, well, you not, like, even as far as him counting, we was just joking the other day, we was counting, he counted, he was like 11, 12, 11, teen. I was like, Legend, you know 13 come after, you know. So it's like 15 stairs that you got to go up. So like, when he was just learning how to count, it's a daily task. Like, we count the stairs going up, count them going down, and I make it like a race. You know what I'm saying? Like, we racing each other to the top. So it's like fun, but it's a learning experience, and you know, it's free. It's something we doing every day and every night, going up and down the stairs. So you just take those kind of things and you just kind of build on to them, you know what I'm saying, to kind of make it fun over time. But like, I'm saying that to say, if you Google when do kids start counting 1 to 10, they'll tell you at 4. You know what I'm saying? but he is at 2 years old and he's doing that. So it's like, if you push your kids to do things, they'll do things.
Mm-hmm.
But if you try to just go slow along to, because who's to say what a kid is ready for?
Right.
You'll never know if you don't try to push them to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, man.
What's your thoughts on? I want to get into the social media side of things too before we stop. Like, what's your thoughts on, Father's Day coming up? And for some reason, I know Father's Day will have this like negative connotation where it's like we have to kind of go through the process of telling people like, hey, look, man, it's Father's Day, behave yourself, don't say nothing crazy. Mother's Day, like I said, it's just celebrations. We just celebrating all day.
You know something else I noticed? I don't know. I could be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong.
I feel like you might be wrong.
I feel like on Mother's Day, mothers want to be kids free. Fathers want to spend the day with their child. I could be wrong.
Now you're right. I think
I could be wrong.
I'm gonna say this. You're 100% right. I only can say that because I'm a father.
Yeah.
However, I can't speak for people like me and you.
Yeah.
Cause we have our kids in there every day.
Yeah.
Some fathers don't have their kids all the time.
Yeah.
And some fathers have to go through a struggle to get their kids to spend time with their kids. And on the flip side of it, I'm with my guys. I'm probably with my guys, right?
Yeah.
But I gotta say this.
So you think mothers have them all
some fathers
the time, so
are social media fathers.
Yeah.
So they want their kids to take pictures like they've been doing it all year, but they ain't seen their kids since April.
Hey, but that been a bad thing too, man. Some people take kids and they use them as an accessory.
But both genders do it. But all I'm saying is on Father's Day, I think from what you just said,
like
I can
kids
see,
just getting
I can see why women would want to imagine. I mean, think about this though. We do it on a regular basis. Don't think about it from our standpoint. Think about it from if we didn't have the help, if we didn't have that relationship with our kid's mom, right?
Yeah.
Can you imagine 7 days you having to deal with him like all the time?
Like, it's my day. I need the day off.
Like and then you got a lot of broken. Oh, I'm gonna get him. A lot of broken nose. I grew up on that, so a lot of broken nose. So like, if it's my day, I'm celebrating. I mean,
I feel what you
celebrating. I want to just. It's like vacation.
Yeah,
it's like vacation day.
Yeah, but see, that's
I work for it though.
Yeah, but see, that go back to the perspective. You know what I'm saying? Because you just gave me insight on reason why. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't change the fact of what I said
at all.
But it still provides context. You know what I'm saying?
And mind you, that also doesn't go for everybody because some people.
Yeah, because sometimes it's not the case.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like you can't look at everything with the intent to judge because you can be giving it from a one-sided view.
Yeah, that's a good take though. Like you said, like you feel like fathers want the kids and then mothers want to be kid free. Yeah. But I think in nature, just in general, mothers are normally in most cases the nurturer. So nurturing it's not simple. Parenting and nurturing is like they go hand in hand, but every parent don't nurture. You know what I'm saying? And every nurturer ain't a parent either. So, as a mom, if you're doing all those things, I do think that, there's that one day you want to be kid free and do something. Yeah, call. You might want to you might want to do nothing. You might want to chill at home. Yeah. You might can't chill. Yeah. You might can't take them 2 hours just laying down. Yeah. It might be just a breath of fresh air for you. So I'm cool with that. But yeah, I do think fathers want the kids on Father's Day. I want them every day if I can. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. Father's Day, I just want them more because I feel like I know that now everything I'm doing, I'm just getting rewarded. Yeah. But I get rewarded every day. I see them smile and get a hug. You know what I'm saying? But also, I'm gonna take the gifts too. I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna take the gifts. Give me a little Air Max here and there.
Yeah, Brandon probably grabbed me some cologne or something. But I don't like. I just.
What's a good Father's Day gift? They say that fathers don't get good Father's Day gifts. I haven't experienced that. I grew up watching the Cosby's and stuff where he got these corny gifts.
Yeah, Brandon.
I got great gifts every year.
Yeah, Brandon don't bullshit.
It makes me feel like I'm a great father too. Like I feel like I never got bad gifts. I never got gifts I didn't like. I always got top notch great gifts for Father's Day.
Yeah, Brandon put pressure on me to up her on it because Father's Day is after Mother's Day. So I know when Mother's Day come around, I have to get the best gift because I don't get a redo when Father's Day come around and she get me this big ass gift, and
Yeah,
it's
true,
like,
true.
and it's like,
More competitive.
yeah, and it's like,
That's
damn,
dope.
it's like, damn, I done got you this little small, this, you know, and even if it wasn't necessarily small, it
Who
just
winning? Who's
wasn't.
winning right now in Mother's Day, Father's Day gifts exchange? That means she winning. If you gotta think about it, you ain't never gotta think that much part. Now, come on. If you gotta think about it, I think she winning.
She might be in the running right now, but she really won. She won this year in gift giving. She been winning this year in gift giving.
You gotta tighten up, man.
But now I won like afterwards though. I won afterwards, like wedding day gifts and.
I mean, y'all married, so yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
technically speaking,
yeah,
yeah. If you want to use that as your thing, I
nah,
guess, yeah.
you know, she got me a nice bracelet, but I think my earrings and stuff that I got her was better.
Nah,
Yeah,
nah.
for real.
I'm gonna go and bear on this one, man. You know, I feel like you thought about it too long, man. I don't
Nah,
know.
man, but she gonna come out on top for a Father's Day gift. I already know it.
You trying to speak it to existence?
Nah, I just know it. Like that's her thing. Like
Well,
they be
women are
talking
better
about.
gift givers
Yeah,
though.
they be
Like,
talking about love language and shit because niggas don't really. It don't take a lot to make us happy.
yeah, true.
Like I ain't saying we like some little sad little puppies or something, but you can literally get us a little graphic tee and we'll be.
So you mentioned men not having their kids. You know, for a good gift to me is just don't give me no headache. Don't annoy me. I love that.
Yeah.
Can you imagine that 6 hours not being annoyed?
That's what I'm saying. Like we don't require much, but everything we require like just drives them crazy.
Yeah, I think they rather just buy the gift. 6 hours not
They would
annoying you?
rather.
Oh hell no, we'll gift you one.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
like you want to go 6 hours without me? You don't love and everything always equates to you don't love me.
Yeah, definitely. You don't like me no more?
You don't
It's
like me no
always
more.
there.
Like
It's
I
always
didn't
that.
say that, bro. I just wanted to watch the
My
movie in the
back hurts.
man
You're gonna turn my
cave.
back for 5 seconds. I'm coming right back. I promise.
Yeah,
You know? It's
like
hot. You know, damn.
everything always equate to you don't love me no more. Like
That's funny.
yeah, that's wild.
That is funny, man.
All women like that, I don't know, but yeah, everything.
Probably the good ones.
Yeah,
Probably the good ones.
Yeah,
I don't know too many bad ones. I don't associate with bad ones, but you know they ain't been like that though. So
yeah, because the other ones probably be like, shit, I'm finna go find me a nigga. Call
I know, right?
trouble.
You stupid.
Call trouble
Yeah,
to
you
the
gotta
house.
relax.
Call trouble to the house.
You wildin'. Hey, well, you got a son though, so I could ask you that, like, just in talking and definitely in closing, like, the situation that you know that happened with the trouble guy, like that's a common situation.
Yeah,
That snatched a lot of lives, right?
Yeah, I
You got
talked
a
to her
son.
about that too. I talked to her about that too.
Like,
I often tell her like after like between 10 and 13, the love just shifts the way society look at you.
mm-hmm.
You're not this, you know, when a boy is little, everybody
Perfect
call
age,
him
yeah, you're right.
Sweet or whatever, you know, so innocent. But from that 10 to 13, it's just a shift. You start getting harassed by police when you walk into the store.
You could talk about it, but I don't. No disrespect to women at all. I don't think women really
Like
understand because they're
really
not in them
understand.
shoes like
Yeah,
us. And
right.
every guy don't go through it because every guy ain't probably outside like what we was outside at.
Yeah, like it be break-ins around the corner, and you get thrown in the back of police cars, and they drive you around the houses to see if you the suspect. But like, no, it wasn't him. You know, just it's like
It's a lot of things. Even when you're walking around, like you walk in certain neighborhoods now you're not a little kid no more. Like,
yeah,
hey, who you are? Why are you over here? Where you from?
it's just so many different things, and it's like, you know, like
Which is why when we said like how you approach the girl versus the
you
boy,
gotta
that's
have those
exactly why you got to approach that
conversations.
boy in parenting that way because the girl not getting approached that way.
And you
They're getting approached, but differently.
And you got to start having those conversations at 8, 9 years old. Like it's crazy because it's like just things such as statutory rape. Like you could be 12 years old and have sex with 9, 10, you know, a girl 9 years old. She could just be the neighborhood freak or something like that. Like, and it's like the age difference.
And then now in society, though, you talk about that shift. They having sex earlier now too, and it's common.
Yeah,
it's not like
common.
It's not looked down upon. It's like 13 is like the new number. Like that's the thing, right? I got a daughter that she's 10, but she's been developed since about 8, 9, right?
Yeah.
You got to have them kind of conversations. You know, you gotta have them kind of conversations.
Yeah, but not even about like not saying the sex period isn't a lesser matter that don't need to be discussed. But can you just imagine being 12 years old? You 12 years old, so you like 6th, 7th grade, and it just might have been a neighborhood freak or anything like that, and you just, she might be 5th, 6th grade and you in the 8th grade or whatever. The age difference is just good enough for it to be statutory rape. And I think
Yeah, yeah.
the way that the laws is designed is because you're not 16 at the age of consent, the parents can still press charges or whatever because you're not at the age of consent, and now you have to be a registered sex offender at this young age for making a decision, just doing what the rest of the guys was doing. Your homeboys was 11 and you ended up being a year older than them, so they didn't get the same charge that you got. And it's like, these are the kind of things that can happen day to day in the neighborhood, just being young kids having fun. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
That's why you gotta approach each gender differently.
yeah,
But like I said, it's the same. They go through the same thing. I'm not saying. I don't want anybody to think we saying like you gotta be hard on boys.
yeah,
You can't be hard on girls. No, you gotta be. You gotta be very detailed with both of them.
yeah,
It's just how you approach that details is the game changer. It was certain uh, conversation I wasn't privy to that my mom had to have my daughter. My
yeah,
mom had to have my sister that she didn't have to have with me because I wasn't ever gonna run into that.
yeah,
But there's certain combos that my aunt and my pops had to have with me
yeah,
that they wouldn't have my sister because like
yeah,
it's no need because you're not gonna run into that.
yeah. And
But
then
you got to do it differently. The tone is different in
yeah,
them conversations. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? The experience is different in them conversations. How they expecting you to come about them. The situations are different too.
and
You
then
know?
there's certain things that you're exposed to,
Yeah, definitely.
like just smoking weed from people who not trustworthy. Just lace your blunt. Now you a crackhead. You know what I'm saying?
You've seen it too many times. Yeah.
Like these kind of things. These kind of things happen. Like 15, 16 years old, and you just with the older boys. You want to be cool. And that's why it's really important to breed your kids to be leaders. Everybody aren't leaders, but you have to.
Not even. I think more so just not being a follower.
Yeah,
Like, because it take a lot to lead. I ain't gonna
yeah,
lie.
yeah,
Everybody not built for that,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
Just don't be a follower. Like, I'll take that. You could build yourself into a leader. Just don't be a
yeah.
follower.
Don't be a follower, and it's like just want to be cool can just be a determining factor in so many different things. So, it's going to be a big factor to kind of just breed things into them at an early age to make their own decisions and be logical and reasonable about the decisions that make think long, hard. Ask yourself, how does this decision affect me, the people around me, XYZ, but yeah, man, it's just so many different things that, just growing up in age that you can just start facing, man. And, like the law just has, like, it is no real sympathy for a black man. Like, you make one decision and, your life can just be over with.
That's another thing too. Yeah, definitely got to throw race in there when you raising your kid and having these conversations, right? But in closing, I know one thing I wanted to ask you, and this is a common status I see, and I want to know your opinion. I'm gonna say mine. When I say it, but like I've seen a status that goes like, leave a man with a kid for a weekend or for a week. I bet he fold.
Nah, I'd be straight.
I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm whooping mom's ass on those. Like I'm parenting better than the moms. Like
Yeah,
I'm
that
telling
was
you,
like, yeah,
don't do that.
yeah,
Like don't compete in parenting with me. Like
yeah.
I feel like I'm that kind of dad. Like
For
I'm whooping
example,
ass on parenting them. Like
yeah,
don't give me that option of the 7 days. He gonna fold. I'm not gonna fold. And then
yeah,
I'm gonna see your 7 days. No ask for help either.
yeah, like,
I'm whooping ass.
yeah, like me.
I'm that kind of parent.
Yeah, me and Brandy be locked. I mean, me and Legend be locked in. But Brandy does acknowledge, and she give me credit for that though. Like, she don't try to put that on me because she know, like, yeah, that nigga gonna goddamn hold it
I'm
down.
glad you brought that up because that's one thing I want to say too. I do feel like as much as I take pride in my fathering skills, my fatherhood skills, and I know you do the same. I feel like a lot of times too, as much as people praise me for it, whether it's men and women, and I don't know if you feel the same way. What I always say is like, it wouldn't be possible for me to be the type of father I am if the person that I had kids with wasn't the type of mother she is. You know,
Yeah.
like that helps. It's a good balance there. You know, like it helps a lot because I'm able to be sometimes a goofy type,
Yeah.
and she can be,
Yeah,
and vice versa.
yeah,
Like you're not always
vice
just
versa.
this one strict. You know,
Yeah.
like I don't fit into no role. You know, I'm just
Yeah.
gonna be. I'm dad. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Every time, and I feel like a lot of times, I do feel sorry for some men that don't have that because maybe they ain't doing their job, so like they don't get that off we get, you know, like if I took a Tuesday off, like just say I took a day off, I'm to myself, you wouldn't really notice.
Yeah.
But you know, a person that ain't really handling their business,
Yeah.
they can't take no days off
Take
like
no
that. You
days,
know what I'm
yeah.
saying? It's adding fuel to the fire of them
Yeah.
being a messed up parent.
Yeah. I commend her. I commend Brandy for a lot though. Like I'm thankful for her, like, to be the mother of my child, you know, and will be the mother of my kids. Like, you know, us as men, you know, we real, like, I know me personally, like, I real strategic about the decisions I make when, especially, like, bringing another life into the world, because I got to deal with this person for the rest of my life, you know what I'm saying? So,
I gotta deal with this person.
like, you got to deal with them for
yeah.
the rest of your life. Like, hate them, love them, whatever. Like, it's no way that y'all can raise a kid together without some form of communication, you know what I'm saying? So, I feel like I made a great decision as far as picking her to be the mother of my child. Like, not even as far as being my wife, soulmate, everything else. Like, just the parenting part. Like, yesterday I had kind of like, I think I was just aggravated from work or whatever. Man, I just needed to just get my head right. You know, she had cleaned up. You know, she just cleaned up the room and stuff, and went downstairs, cooked, gave Legend a bath. You know what I'm saying? Like, she just knocked all that out. You know, and just, you know what I'm saying, and didn't even like really sweat it because she already knew what headspace I was in at the time. You know what I'm saying? So, like, those kind of things are just like powerful for me. Like, not saying I was necessarily on some lazy shit, but just understanding, like, when your partner isn't in the right headspace at the time to, you know, so you kind of just, everybody always talk about 50-50. Like, it's not always 50-50.
Yeah,
Sometimes,
some days it's 7, some days it's 90-10.
yeah, sometimes you
But
gotta,
you know, not even because that was dope what you said, but it made me think about what we said earlier, right? And that's why it's another perspective piece here. Like, imagine the woman that has to go through that, and then when they come home, they'll have somebody to
yeah,
do
they
it for
don't
them.
have nobody to,
So I could see on Mother's Day
a Mother's Day,
you want
you
that
want
day
that day,
off. Like it's
out,
like
yeah.
it's a lot of them days in the
Yeah.
month, you know.
It's a
Like
lot
ain't
of,
nobody, you have to deal with it.
yeah,
You have to.
You
You
right.
just hope that your kid cooperate that day. Like, damn, please, you just get in the tub. Just please
Right.
go to sleep. Just please eat your food. Just please don't make a mess. So
Yeah.
I commend mom, and that's the dope thing about what we doing here. Like, even it's been 2, 3 times, 4 times probably where we commended moms
Yeah, and
and talking about fatherhood, right?
yeah, and
And no
I
disrespect to
do want
mothers,
to, yeah, I do want
but
to
I
give
don't
a
see that a
big
lot
shout out to
on the other
y'all.
side. I don't
Yeah.
see that a lot. Like
For y'all, yeah, give us
you know
our
what I'm saying?
flowers. Give us our flowers.
Oh, on a personal side, they will. Like, I'm pretty sure you get them, I get them.
Yeah.
But I'm like,
Publicly,
I want them as a whole because
generally,
it's men that I feel like they might not be the dad I am,
yeah.
but damn, they're a
Yeah,
dad. You know, they try. You know what I'm saying?
They
I want
doing
them
what
to
they
get their
can,
flowers too.
and then at the same time, like, respect that a man tries. Like, even when he doesn't have, just respect that a man is trying. Like, sometimes, like, we understand that a man needs to do more. He needs to provide. Like, it's always like a no excuse type of thing. But a woman can fail. She can fail, mess up. Like, a man isn't given a chance to fail. Like, it's just like, as soon as you drop the ball, you're a bad parent. Like,
Hey, listen, man, it go back to what we said though.
yeah,
You gotta approach them different. That boy, that girl, approach
yeah,
different because you gotta get that boy ready for that.
yeah. That's what
Hey,
I'm saying.
look,
Yeah,
society
that's
ain't gonna
right.
let you do X, Y, Z.
Yeah, society
You
not gonna
know,
let you
so
do it. Like, it's like,
I just wanna make sure I want to triple and thinking that. Like, don't get me wrong, I do think it's possible that you can raise your son and your daughters
yeah, you can,
if that works for you,
yeah,
cool. I just haven't seen where that worked out for people.
man,
Where when I seen the girl or the sister
man, look,
doing what the
man,
brother was doing, I
look,
seen the
man.
sister get pregnant at 14.
And when I seen the boy trying to do what the girl was doing, we got Zaya Wade.
Yo, chill out. What's up with you, bro? What's going on?
But
Hey, see, I won't get there, but now, see,
but
you made me go there though.
but
Like,
man, nah, I'm just like, man, like, certain stuff is the way it is for a reason. Like when you start giving people too much power in the household, like
Chill out, bro. You about to take this somewhere else.
stuff get out of balance, man. You know, if y'all get it, you get it. You know, we ain't gonna go too deep into it.
That's funny, man.
But yeah,
you can't go say it can't 50-50, then be like, hey, you can't get too much, you get too much
yeah,
power.
yeah, man. Like, but still, you have to keep the balance. Like sometimes, like when you start giving too many years,
Yeah.
okay, like it kind of take away from. All right, now the whole house just moving off emotion. There ain't no logic or reasoning no more.
That's funny, man.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm serious. But, you know, that just goes back to, you know, and then I think, all right, so with you having daughters, like, because I know you play with them and stuff like that. Like, do you give them a chance to, like, to just be, to just accept love, to just be nurtured, like, to open doors, like,
Open their own doors?
no, I mean, no, for you to like open, like you to open doors and
Oh,
stuff
yeah,
for
yeah,
them,
yeah.
like to
But
just
that's,
see how it feels to just
no,
be
100%.
catered to, you know what I'm saying?
They're all, my daughters are divas. They're going
Yeah,
to be divas. And I know
yeah,
some divas, and I'll tell you right now, I think the pro and con to that is that you, they will appreciate that when they get older, because people that can't, what's the word? What am I looking for? People that can't treat them the way they need to be treated
yeah,
won't be able to be around them too long.
yeah,
Like when you dating a diva, I'm not sure how Bernie is, but when you dating a diva, you know when you dating a diva, like they
yeah,
just certain things just not accepting that they just
yeah,
want they think their way, but you like them and
yeah,
you can deal with it, right?
yeah,
That it forces you to make a decision. Either you're gonna deal with me, or you're not gonna deal with me,
yeah, yeah,
and
man.
you can't
Today,
really string them along because like they divas, you know
yeah,
what I'm saying? And I feel like my daughters, they're gonna be with how I treat them and what we my brothers, any man in life, how they treat them, like they're gonna have to treat them a certain way or leave.
yeah,
So it won't be no, oh, he don't do this, he don't do that. That's going. They sound like he ain't the one for me. I think
yeah,
I'm hoping. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
I open the door for them. I get them massages. Like I rub their feet. I do stuff for them that I know. Like I nurture them enough to where like I know they gonna know what that's supposed to look like for
yeah,
them. You know, when the guy's really interested and stuff like that. And me even knowing people that I would consider divas have that same mentality. First of all, they're daddy's girls
yeah,
for one. They want a man, but they don't need it. They got their daddy.
yeah,
You know, it's like certain ways. There's certain ways they can handle themselves. You
yeah,
know, and you just know. But yeah, they definitely that's all they get, man. They
yeah.
all and they spoil you as hell. So
Yeah, Brandon, my home girl though, man. We be clicking real hard, man. I smiled today, man, because it was like 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, like back in the days. You know, we'd eat cereal with them.
yeah,
Like it don't matter the time of the day. I can't remember what time it was. I was just eating some cereal. She's like, nigga, why you eating cereal this late? You know what I'm saying? But the day we had ate some cereal about 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and I just smiled
hey,
about it.
see, you
Like,
sprinkle some culture on them. I be doing that, bro.
yeah,
I be
man,
sprinkling culture on people,
like
man.
that shit just be, you know what I'm saying? Like it just be different
Yeah,
little stuff sometimes that she be picking
they
up.
pick
Like
up
she
on.
used to
Yeah,
look at like, nigga, what the like,
yeah.
hey, what is you doing? You know what I'm saying?
That's a
So
promise. That's like an epitome of her like entering your world. You know what
yeah,
I'm saying? Y'all
yeah.
found like y'all won, but y'all
Yeah,
like y'all coming
that's
to be
why I
more.
said like I smiled about that shit.
That's
Like I was
dope.
like, damn, you know, she ate 2 bowls of cereal.
She was
Like,
hungry.
yeah, I was fucking with that shit. Like we had a little cereal in a box, so we just had some
Yeah.
little. She like, man, I'm finna go. She like, bring me another one. So I had brought her another one. Knocked that gin out. Poured a
That's
little
dope.
sugar in that gin and all. She had some frosted flakes. I had some corn pops. I was like, yeah, she was cool.
That's dope, man. I'm gonna end up like in closing this though. Like this was dope. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have more conversations based on the stuff we had because we left a lot on the table to talk about, which I like to do. I like to
Yeah,
talk about stuff and kind of get away from it and
yeah.
let people have a conversation about it. But like
I do want to
it's,
touch back on one thing
no,
before you close too, though. But
that's
go ahead.
fine. This is question, right?
Yeah,
It's Pride Month, man.
what that mean to me?
You know what I
Listen,
mean, bro. It's Pride Month.
all right, listen. This is my thing, right?
Nah, cause you said something earlier.
Listen to me. I'm not really a judgmental person. So if that's what folks choose to do, then that's what you do. But at the same time, we can't treat things like it's normal, like it's still wrong. We can't like it's like people start to blur the line because it's accepted in the world. Like, for example, if your child is a criminal, it's still wrong. You know what I'm saying? it doesn't change the fact that it's wrong. Yes, they're still your child. Yes, you still love them, but you're not supportive of their criminal decisions. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, and I'm not saying that being gay is a criminal decision, but in some,
That was a weird example.
but listen, in certain countries, it's against the law. You know what I'm saying? So, but people have began to live in a world where they think as long as it's not against the law, it's okay. But my thing is, it's crazy because I was talking about it earlier. Like, you want to guide your kids to make the right decisions, go through it. You know, like you want to try to push them through life to make the, you know, you want to give them direction. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mm-hmm.
you know, like me and Legend talk about stuff, and some will come up, and I'd be like, "That's for girls." You know what I'm saying? And whenever he's coming into something new, he'll ask, "That's for boys, daddy? That's for boys?" You know what I'm saying? To
Okay.
get the understanding on if there's something. You know what I'm saying? But back to the topic of, you know, what I was saying. Like, it's like whatever people out here doing when they doing wrong, they not looking for people to accept them for the wrong that they doing. You just do it and it's whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like, for example, for Pride Month or whatever. Like, why we gotta throw parades or whatever? Y'all wanna be treated like normal people. Why y'all gotta have parades and all this shit?
Something true, bro.
Y'all wanna be treated like normal people, but you still gotta have parades. You gotta have special
I get both
colors.
sides of it. I get both sides
Yeah.
of it, but that's like also saying not to compare, but that's like saying we shouldn't have Black History Month then. So you want to throw that away too? We shouldn't have Juneteenth. It should be no holiday. We just shouldn't we shouldn't celebrate nothing. It's probably a meaning
Yes.
behind the Pride Month. Is what I'm saying. Like
Um,
they still be true like normal people, but you can't ignore the fact of what they've been through to get to where they at.
what is it?
As
What is it celebrating though?
being prideful of what you are. For a long time, you had to hide that. You would get killed if you said you was gay back in the day.
You know what I mean, shit. At a point in time, it was diagnosed as mentally retarded. At a point in
Hey, but
time,
now that's what I'm saying. So now look where we at though. It's just perspective. I mean, I respect your opinion. I'm not saying you're
but
wrong. I'm just saying like in what you're saying under that guidance is like we gotta take away Black History Month too. We gotta take away Juneteenth. We gotta take away Thanksgiving. Let's take away Christmas. It's like hey, we're just gonna all treat everybody equal. Everybody's the same. Whether you Jesus or you shoot quads.
some people really be feeling like Black History Month should be taken away.
Do you feel that way?
I don't really like it. Just be what it be. Like, as far as Juneteenth being a holiday, I felt like it was stupid. I felt like it shouldn't have been made
Hey, what's the other thing you wanted to get into?
No, I mean,
What's the other
no,
thing you
no.
wanted to
All
get
right,
into?
so let's be clear because people take stuff and well, like listen, Juneteenth could have stayed our holiday. It didn't have to become.
People didn't know about it yet though. Like people starting to know about it now. Black people didn't know about it.
And that was
So you
crazy.
had to.
That was
Sometimes
crazy
things
too.
have to be commercialized in order for
Yeah,
people to be like, oh, this is a thing.
yeah,
Like you said, it's people that's not cultured.
yeah. You're right.
They don't know nothing about
You're right.
Juneteenth. They
But
just think July 4th is everything.
yeah, but listen, to clear that up and to sum that up, because I don't want nobody to take that and run it off and try to make it something else. Like, I have gay family members. I have gay friends. You have gay coworkers, XYZ. Like, I look at y'all as normal people, but it's still not natural. It's not natural. It's not a natural thing. Like, so at the end of the day, like, if that's your decision of what you want to do, you do that, and that's okay and that's cool. But you still don't have to make, like, nobody has to accept your unnatural decision. As long as people are treating you like you're still human, that's all that matters. Nobody's treating you like you less of a person or less of a human. And I think at the end of the day, that's what matters. When you celebrate Black History Month and stuff like that, it was about equality. We wanted to be treated as human. As you can see, y'all are treated as human. Y'all more likely to get a job than someone who's straight. Y'all more likely to do all these other things, like, you know, whatever. Like, hell, y'all have more power than the Black community. Like, y'all get laws passed.
But
Y'all,
that's why. But I'm not the treasure. But that's why you gotta celebrate the month because that's a lot. They've accomplished a lot in
Yeah,
those
that's
span of
what I'm
time.
saying. So
They
like
fought for
y'all,
that though.
so I'm saying like y'all done a lot.
Yeah, I'm
But
just making sure
yeah,
you was like just wide a month. I just think that's why, you know.
yeah, nah, that was
But
just that.
what was the other thing you wanted to touch on though? Because I want the battery to die out before you
Alright.
get to it.
So another thing that I want to talk about, like we had spoke on like the trauma, like us as black men, like as a whole, like we do kind of block out stuff in the back of our mind,
Subconsciously.
and I didn't realize how much stuff that I had been blocking out of my mind, and so I was like getting married, and it was kind of
Why when you got married? Like what was you think about
because
other things or
Brandy family, you know, they do the families and stuff. And Brandy's family was like on one side, and my family was on one side. She had like a full family and shit. And I just, you know, like I think it was only like my dad on my side. You know what I'm saying? And that shit just was kind of like it was just kind of hitting me like, damn, you know, like it kind of makes you feel like a lonely child a little bit, but like a lot of the moments as a child when you were lonely that you blocked out and you just went through life like it was what it was, you know what I'm saying? But it kind of makes you deal with the reality of it. It makes you see the reality of it, you know what I'm saying? And I'm real good at masking shit. I just throw that shit
but I
back and
think
just
that's the
go on.
dopest part about like progressing through life a lot of times. Like you progress, a lot of times you will never face that trauma if you don't progress.
Yeah.
Like it's some people that died, that got killed or whatever, right? And we feel like, damn, they died, they're damn, but really they ain't had to deal with none of the trauma they was hiding in.
Yeah.
They never progressed.
Yeah.
They died
You
from
right.
lack of progression half the time.
Yeah,
And
you
even if they
right.
got killed or whatever, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like
And but you progress and like you have to face that looking back like, damn, I did that.
yeah.
Like, damn, this almost happened to me. Like,
Yeah. And
damn, we
like
did this. I forgot this. You know, like, and it's
yeah,
like sometimes you be like, damn, I
yeah,
shocked myself. I was doing a lot of stuff, you know,
yeah.
or around a lot of stuff I was around, and it's
And it's
like,
it's a real emotional like stance because like when my brother started talking that way, you know, he was one of my best men, and you know, like his speech and my sister's speech, and you know, all this shit going in my head, and like it just started hitting at one point. Like I'm like, damn, man, you know what I'm saying? And me and him feel everything together because we got the same mama and daddy, you know what I'm saying? So you know firsthand everything that is like, you know, from
yeah.
both sides of the family, you know what I'm saying? So like, you know, just all this stuff just hit, you know what I'm saying? Just as far as that trauma just coming back in, like stuff that you look back over and you just think that's not really phasing you, and that shit hit like, damn.
And it ain't phasing because you ain't allowed it to. But
Yeah.
the minute it could seep in, it's like it hit you.
Yeah, it
And now you
just
gotta
hit.
deal with it.
Yeah. So, you know,
It's just
like,
dope that now you get to deal with it with your partner, not alone. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah. So it was good though that, you know, I was able to shed those tears because for a long time, you know, you block emotions out for so long, you don't know what's bothering you, and you can't cry about
You
it.
know, we mentioned social media about things being fake, and like you think about it when you bottle stuff in. That's kind of
Yeah,
like you're a replica of yourself. You never
yeah,
being yourself. Like it's whatever you stand on is kind of fake, just because you ain't even dealt with it or
yeah,
stuff you're
because you
dealing
ain't
with yet. You
dealing
know
with
what I'm
it.
saying?
Yeah,
And that's why as older you go, the realer you get sometimes. Cause you
yeah,
start dealing with stuff that you, like I said, subconsciously you just blocked
yeah.
out.
You just block it out.
You
Yeah,
didn't
so
mean to. It just happened.
yeah, and that's how, you know, like
I
it
tell
kind of
stories a lot too. Like, I may be talking to a girl and I tell a story. A lot of times, I'm not telling the story to be long winded or just to like to give you insight of me. I'm telling it to like because I'm reliving it myself. Like, damn,
yeah,
that's crazy. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
And like that's my way of sometimes dealing with things I didn't deal with in the past.
yeah,
It might be my first time telling this story. I might have forgot it happened.
yeah.
But here you are getting, you know, and it's like you use that also as a vessel to. I'm sorry, the battery had died out. You know, quad like to you know drag out sentences that's 10
Yeah,
seconds, make
come
them
on,
50.
man.
So you know what I'm saying. I keep telling them just say Jaquad Jones. You know what I'm saying. You ain't gotta spell it out. You know.
Man, that's another podcast, man. More than the Masters.
Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying. You want things done right, you come over here. You know what I'm saying. We're gonna do it the right way. You know, of course. You know.
Man, come on, man.
Well, I'm just telling the truth, man.
Yeah,
I do my due
man.
diligence. You know what I'm saying. But now this was a dope conversation. Uh, I think that you know, when you think about fatherhood and the excellence, black excellence, you know, I look at people like you, of course, who take it seriously and that do it the right way.
Yeah,
Um, it just I don't want anybody to think you take it for granted. I like having these conversations with people that I feel like people going to look at it and be like, okay, I can see why he's talking to this person. You know, I don't want to do it to anybody. Everybody got kids. I can pick anybody, but you got to pick the right person. And then go back, like I said, person that's going to talk a certain way, that's going to be able to, you know, illustrate what they mean through words. You know, and not everybody can do that. You know,
even if it's 5 minutes of words, but it's
hey,
all good.
I ain't gonna lie, you had some long takes. I'm pretty sure somebody gonna be like, "Hey, yo, tell me, get to the point."
I mean,
Nah, but it was only a few times. Like for the most part, you know, when you start going too much, I gotta cut you off a little bit. So.
Man, it be all good. Folks just be wanting to hear. Spielberg told me that a long time ago, but sometimes folks just be want to hear you talk, so I just, you know. But another thing, you want to lead by example always as a parent. It's like being married and just like the way I greet his mama in the morning, nighttime, hugs, kisses. Like he come get hugs and kisses. Like, you know, I do want to, you know, like a lot of kids don't feel affection in their home or didn't really say I love you and shit like that growing up. So I be wanting him to be okay with hearing that and receiving that. You know what I'm
definitely want them to be in tune with themselves too.
Yeah.
What's some advice you would give any fathers out there that do look up to people like you, me, that maybe having hardships with fatherhood, whether it's seeing a kid or whether it's just being a good dad or whether it's, you know, making great decisions, leading by example, the things that we do naturally, it's people that struggle with that, right? So like what advice could you give someone that's going through that right now?
Some things I would say, it's okay for your child to be upset with you. Like, don't always want to be your child's best friend the way you forget to be their parent. Don't let them spend too much time on the iPad. Don't just let them be on the electronics all day. Like, allow them to be bored too. Don't always make them feel like they got to be going somewhere doing something. Like, those are the people that just are just always on the go when they get older and don't want to spend no time with themselves. Like, they got to be in somebody's face. Like, they hate to be in solitude. You know what I'm saying? So allow them to spend time with themselves. Like, y'all were worded as bored, but those are times you figure out who you are. Like, you spend time with yourself and learn yourself. You know, I don't want to make the answer extra long, but those are some of the things.
I was gonna say leave room for me, but it's all good.
And
It's up to you if you want to.
Yeah, I mean, those some of the things. Like those would be three things that I would say. Anything you can add on?
For me, like as far as like you not being if you having hardships like seeing your kids or whatever, I just say, you know, don't stop, just keep going. Like there's no way, I don't think in earth somebody could tell me I can't see my kids. You know, like I would if it takes me getting arrested just to see that, I'm gonna do that because I want my kids. Like, your kid look at everything you're doing. You know what I'm saying?
So what kind of charge?
Trespassing, whatever. Like if I'm saying somebody say, "Oh, you can't come here because you can't see," there's no way you tell me I can't do that. Bro.
You would get a kidnapping charge.
Nah, I ain't gonna get kidnapping charge. I ain't gonna take them because I don't feel like my kids. Yeah. If I gotta kidnap them, then that means something really wrong.
Yeah,
like, you know. But my kids is good. Like,
everybody, the kidnapping charge is wild, though. But they hit you with the kidnapping charge, taking them kids, boy.
Getting the kidnapping charge on your own kid is kind of crazy.
Yeah,
society got changed.
It's wild.
Like, but I understand because everybody ain't stable. You know what I'm saying? I understand. But I mean, in all seriousness, I feel like your kids see everything. So like, and with anything your kid going through, you got to really show them that, I'm willing to go all out for you.
Yeah,
that's what I was saying in a nutshell. Like, I don't care what it is. I know people that feel like, they've gotten touched or something like that, and their parent maybe still send it to the same place or something like that. I feel like that's you showing your kid, I'm not going all out for you. You know what I'm saying?
Listen to your kids too. Talk to your kids. Yeah. Like just talk to them, and then like feed into their world, grow into their world. Sometimes don't always like. If they got a friend named John and he's standing over there in the corner talking to him about dinosaurs, ask John what the dinosaur's saying or what the dinosaur doing. Like they're growing and they're evolving and they're learning things. Like just spend time with them. Like like all of those are just fun experiences. Like whether you picking them up, throwing them in the air for 5 minutes, like just spend time with them, talk with them. And learn them, like let them see you be vulnerable and let them like know it's okay. Like this somebody I'm gonna have in my corner no matter what. Like a lot of people, like no matter how good of a parent that you think that you are, only your kid can really give you that confirmation.
Be okay with being wrong. sometimes kids are right. So
yeah, tell your kids sorry.
Yeah.
Apologize to them.
Definitely.
And that teaches them to be accountable for their own actions. They don't grow up thinking that they're never wrong.
But believe it or not, like, you're not saying sorry. You're not saying you're wrong. Kids remember that.
Yeah.
Kids remember when they're right. They remember when they're wrong.
Yeah.
And they will hold that against you for a long time.
And they'll grow up and not want to talk to you about things because they feel like they can't talk to you. They feel like you're never gonna hear their side because you feel like you the boss, and you don't want to make it feel like a dictatorship inside your home.
Definitely, you definitely want to create that distance between your kid where they can't feel like they can't come to you.
Yeah.
Like you said, don't necessarily you gotta be their best friend, but technically speaking, at some point in life they should feel that way anyway. Like you should create that space where they're gonna feel that way when they get older, till they come to you first. Like you said, you just call your mom randomly, do this, that, you know what I'm saying? Like that space has been created for you to call your mom and say, "Yo, mom, I appreciate everything." You know what I'm saying? That space has been created. But that's the main thing I would say. Create that space. Create spaces that you want. That you have to invest in them spaces. Almost like with anything else. Like you got to invest in the relationship. You got to invest in your child. You got to invest in them spaces that you want them to be able to be comfortable in as they get older. Because it's a lifetime partnership. It ain't just 18 years. And I don't know what you heard in them songs. It ain't just 15 years. It's life. Yeah. It's for life. So you're always the parent.
And
from this day going forward.
And stop being extra hard on yourself.
Yeah,
because sometimes you gotta ask yourself if you're doing things for you or for your child. Sometimes you get caught in living for your child, and your child doesn't even care anything about whatever it is.
And I guess, but in closing, I say like anybody that got parents, whether it's a mom, a dad, whatever, I feel like sometimes parents get for being a certain kind of parent, they do get a bad rap. But look at where you at, and if it worked and you feel like you're in a good space, just love your parent, bro. Yeah, I know a lot of people that got this disdain towards their parents, but they in a good space. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like if their parent didn't do certain things, they wouldn't be in that space. Yeah. But they'll hold these grudges against their parents for these small things. Yeah. But that's the first person you call when something go wrong.
Yeah, forgive them.
Forgive or whatever, or
have a conversation.
But you gotta confront that and let it out. So this way y'all can move on. Yeah. But a lot of times I think we got internal demons as kids, internal things we dealing with that we just can't get over, because we haven't verbally communicated to that parent. Like, I felt this way when this happened. Yeah. As an adult, not when you was a kid. Yeah. As an adult, you can communicate differently now. Yeah. So if it's something that you feel, I feel like what I don't like is I don't like parents getting bad rap based off lack of communication as an adult. Don't tell me you did something when you was 12 and you told me you was 12. Yeah. Did you bring it back up when you was 26? When you was 30? Yeah. Did you address it then? Because if not, then it's no use. Yeah. You know, communication is key.
And that just go with everything in life. Like, don't blame people for stuff they don't know. Because awareness is big. If you're not bringing about any awareness, it's hard to know, because back to perspectives again, you could be looking at something that way and they could be looking at it that way, and they could never know that, oh man, I didn't even know that I did that. I thought I was doing this, and just the miscommunication or the misunderstanding of the action.
And in addition to that, is like you have to, just like we grow, parents grow too. So you got to allow growth on both ends. Like, just because you didn't address something one time years ago, you can't just assume that your parent didn't grow. When you grew during them 6-7 years, however long it was, your parent probably grew too. Yeah. So you communicating again may warrant a different response now. Yeah. So just like you grow, other people grow as well. So that parenting thing is tricky, man. It's definitely hard. And me listening to people have issues with their parents, I don't have that, but listen to people that have it, it make me wonder, like, damn, like, make sure I don't stumble, because I feel like you don't want to have that kid that don't forgive you for that one stumble you did. Like, you're not human.
Yeah, and then like,
so everything good I did just like go down the drain because that one time I didn't apologize, or that one time I didn't say so. You know what I'm saying?
But at the same time, though, for a parent, like, I just feel like most kids look at their parents like Superman and Superwoman. So it's it's like, for them to start looking at their parent as a villain, like, what was so bad to just blemish that image to where, like, that's not Superman, that's the villain, the most messed up person in the world.
I've seen multiple people have that,
Yeah.
And when I talk to them, I still don't feel that way, but I can't say that because I didn't grow up like they grew up.
You ain't get it real
But
time.
I look at them, I'm like, but y'all look good.
Yeah,
You
y'all
well.
good,
Like, y'all
yeah.
still talk. Like, just bring it up, and it might just be something y'all can just talk about.
Yeah.
You know, but, I digress, man. I just hope that I don't have them problems with my kids growing up. I want to just be cool and.
And then you got to do temperature checks too. Like just check the temperature sometime. Like, not saying that you just give the kids so much power to where they run your household and you just doing everything to
I ask my
serve
daughter all
them.
the time. I say, yo, what can I do to be better dad? Sometimes they say nothing. Sometimes they be like, take me to Dollar General. It
Yeah.
depends. Like, there's certain things
Yeah.
they want. But I ask that question, so it's a common question to be asked, so that I don't just feel like because everybody on social media tell me I'm doing such a good job, I need to know how they feel like I'm doing. 'Cause that's what matters.
Yeah, that's what matters. Yeah, and that's why I said like that confirmation.
Yeah.
And then like you also you wanna like a corn mama eater. She'll tell me. She'll just tell me different things. Like sometimes she'll say, don't always look at things from your understanding. Like sometimes you got to look at it from Legend's understanding. He's 2 years old, so some of the stuff that I think he understands at 25, he's still looking at it from the 2-year-old's world.
Right.
So even when they do wild stuff, sometimes you can't just
But you know what? One thing that you said today, and I know people gonna be like, "Damn, it's kind of crazy, only two." Da, da, da. But I say that like my dad, when the time he couldn't be there for he had a situation and he couldn't be around for them years he couldn't be around.
Yeah.
I feel like him talking to me as if I understood it in real time when I was 6, 7, 8.
Yeah.
When I was 15, 14 and he wasn't really there, it's like he was still talking to
you were
me.
able to retain that stuff. Yeah.
So that's investing in that.
Yeah,
That's investing.
yeah,
So
and that's why I always be talking to him like that. Even when I know they say you don't understand stuff when you in the
but you
stomach
never
of
know,
stuff,
bro.
but I just did it anyway. And it's like when he came out, it's like he just recognized my voice. Like for a long time, if he laid on my chest, he'd automatically go to sleep. Like, and we just did skin to skin and stuff like that. Like, I just be feeling like a lot of this stuff just be deeper stuff past our understanding sometimes. So I don't go against it because it's a reason for a lot of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? And I just always just talk to Legend. Like, it don't matter what it is, what it's about. Like, we just hold the craziest conversations about anything. And it's like, I can see it in our communication as it get better. Like he have whole conversation with you and say full sentences and and just talk clear when about whatever. Like even when he catch an attitude, like I don't always go off the edge like into whooping him. But I be like, bro, what's up? Like, what's going on? Because sometimes it could be something might have, like
he got a bad day, man.
Yeah, he could have had a bad day. Like serious, like anything could happen. The girl that he liked it probably took his apple juice or anything. You know what I'm saying? Like anything could have happened, and you be want to talk to him about it. Like the other day we was riding, and he just blurted out something random. I ain't gonna say it on camera because their parents could probably be watching. But he was like, "Such and such did this at school today," and I was like, "All right, listen." And I guess it's the little girl he like or something like that. But I be like, man.
That's funny.
Yeah, you just had those kind of conversations, man. Kids blurt out random stuff, but it'd be cool to me because it'd be like, all right, you looking at me as somebody you want to share this stuff with because you could have told your mama about it, but you told me, so.
Hey, man, super dad, man.
Yeah.
Hey, man, this was dope, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Shout out to everybody viewing, man.
Definitely, man. More Massive Podcast, be out, man.